Hey, this is Melaranda. This is not a, well, it is still a Let's Talk About It with Irene, but today I'm going to not use my YouTube ministry godly name because this is about something very important. Very important. So let's get to it, okay? Be right back. So, yeah, sit down for a minute. This is going to be like a little raw, but it's going to be as transparent as I can make it. I'm not a biological babysitter, okay? And I have titles, and there aren't titles, and some of them are titles that I didn't ask for. So, the one title that I really, really enjoy having is being a grandmother. But it's been tainted grandmother. It's a tainted word. Yeah. Let's go there. Let's talk about it. With Aria. Today, I'm Melaranda. You know, don't be thinking that I got multiple personalities because I do not. It's just, I want a different name for what I do and outside in the world compared to my circle, my inner circle, and my most inner circle. So, there's different realms of my circle. So, I want to talk about how your grown children so-called depends on you. And I say so-called because it's really them using you. Don't get it twisted. They don't support you in nothing you do, what you want to do, and how you want to do it. But they expect you to support them in everything they do. And break your back and change stuff around and shift your life around for them. For some of you guys that know me personally, you know who I'm talking about. And for you other guys that's out there, especially the ones that haven't subscribed, liked, or comment on my channel at all, I got 2 grown girls. And I'm gut checking right now. So the one that's not being gut checked, I'm not going to be offended. So, because she gets offended about everything that I say, do. And if I get to hollering and making a big deal out of stuff, it's never because of the truth in her mind. It's just me picking on her. And, you know, that's not me picking on her. I'm trying to give you the real hard truth. And it's called, open your eyes, girl, open your eyes. I did not make any decisions for my children to go out and make babies. I didn't make decisions for my children to pick the mates that they have. I tolerate and I accept and I go on with my life. In the beginning, I was in that business all the time. I was always talking, preaching at them, not preaching on them, whatever I like to say. And then it just got to the point where I got tired of doing that. As long as I speak my piece and I say what I have to say, of course, it still turns into me, you know, trying to defend myself on what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. Because the way that the comeback is, or the reaction, or the facial reactions are, I mean, I read very well on how people react and before they open their mouth. So it's like I'm automatically irritated. And then the tone in your voice irritates me to the bitter end because it's getting ready to be something that I don't like, and I'm instantly triggered. And you all pray for my patience. But I don't have any because I've been patient for so long. And here I am, 50 years old, and I'm trying to move past my life, my old life, and move into a new level of a life that I do not recognize right now because I'm on a different level of where I've ever been in my entire life. And nobody really is taking the time out to really understand what I'm going through. It's all about them. It's all about what they're going through. They don't take the time out to say, mommy is going through some stuff right now. She's trying to figure some stuff out in her life. Getting ready to get married pretty soon. Even though I may not agree or I may, whatever the heck you got going on in her mind. I got one accepting and one that's just going with the flow and really could give a doggone how everything is going to go in my life. As long as I'm taking care of business in her eyes, for her, she's okay. Now, my perception might be wrong. I don't know. I mean, the way I handle her is a lot different than I would handle my youngest daughter because of the fact that the response to everything, it's like, boom, I know it all. She's not even 30 yet. I'm 50 and I know better. And just because things are happening now in 2022 don't mean it didn't happen 2,000 years ago. It's just regurgitating itself back into the present time. Domestic violence been around for the beginning of time. Talking down and messing with people's minds, manipulation, been around since the beginning of time. It's just a different year and a different time and a different day, different month. Yeah, different year. Yeah, back to that. When I say that I want to be a grandmother and not a mother, I want to be a mother to my 7-year-old. I want to be a mother to my 7-year-old. And I see him as my son. Even though he's not physically from me, I still accept him as my son. So I have a 7-year-old. I have a 28-year-old, a 24-year-old, about to be 29 and 25 in April. One is, feisty, fiery. She got a mouth on her too, but I learned her love language. I learned it. I took the time out to learn it because I know that I made mistakes with my first child, which you don't get a manual for how to raise your kids. You just don't. You don't get that. You either naturally have it or you naturally don't. And biologically have it and biologically don't. And I biologically didn't in the beginning, but now it kicked in a few years too late, but still, it kicked in. And I have apologized a million times over. When you go through the postpartum depression as bad as I did, because of the situation that I was in before she was born, before she was conceived, and while she was being produced and developing in my belly, I have some trauma going on. Biologically, I wasn't attached. I wasn't. Up until she was about 6 years old. Then all of a sudden this attitude came out of nowhere. And her mouth got to running. It's like right after her 6th birthday, it was like, whoa, wait. I have the nerve to, man. I deserve the next 50 plus years of my life to be fun and exciting. Me being a businesswoman, a boss, right now only to myself because I'm building right now. I do everything all on my own. My youngest daughter helped me as much as she can. She's even helped me out financially whenever her check come. Before I started all of this, she would give me either a third of the check or half of the check, it was her, because I mostly had her daughter all the time. And did I choose to do that? Yes, I did. I did choose to do that. But it's a situation with that. And I don't want to get into all details about whatever, you all are. You can think whatever you want to think about that. But my oldest daughter has 2 kids, a boy and a girl. Love them, love them, love them, love them, love them. Love all 3 of them. My oldest daughter, my grandson, and my youngest granddaughter. Love them to death. It's just the mindset of my oldest daughter is just crazy. But she want to be the first to call me crazy. Tell me, who am I today? What personality I'm going to have today? Am I Aaliyah? Am I Melaranda? Am I Rhonda? Am I Rodney? I mean, come on, man. Really? I'm whoever I want to be when I want to be. And it's all Melaranda. All day, every day. It's just my attitude it don't match with what I'm feeling and who I'm feeling it for. Okay? So I need people to just chill on me. Chill on me. Step back. Let me be free. I've been through a lot. I've been through molestations. I've been through rapes. And I don't mean violent rapes. I'm not talking about no casual, I want it, give it to me, and I give it to you. It's, I'm going to hurt you if you don't, okay? Or I'm going to do something to your family, or I did that to you. I almost got thrown out my 12th floor window. I mean, I have 14 attempts on my life as far as suicides. And I'm still here. 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 And guess what? I know what my purpose is now. It took me 50 years to figure it out and get closer to God, to find out exactly what I needed to go through to the next 50 years of my life. But I had to grow my relationship with God to even understand, why is these things happening to me? Why is my family against me? Why is my daddy's side of the family against me? Why is my mama's side of the family is against me? Why is everybody against me? Or you see the good in me, I'm not going to tell you 100% no. I'm going to tell you about 80% no, and then maybe think about how much sense it makes. And I tell my daughters all the time, both of them. I don't tell them nobody no different than the other, okay? I tell them both. Like, if you're working, I will watch the kids. I have no problems with watching the kids. I will break my neck to make sure the kids are taken care of while you're at work. But if you're out kicking it and I ain't out kicking it and I don't kick it, I stopped doing that in my early 40s. Okay? Stop. Actually, before that. Late 30s, let's put it that way. Because there was nothing but drama out there. There's nothing but pure drama out there. Drama that leads to trauma, that leads to bad attitudes, that leads to negativity, that leads to low self-esteem, that leads to not finding your true self. I had to stop. What was good for me may not be good for everybody. I stopped. And the drinking and stuff, I was drinking all the time. I was drinking like a fish. And I didn't start truly drinking until I got with my kid's father. And he the one got me hooked on the stuff. So I wasn't drinking before I got to him. So I don't know. Like, as soon as I got a taste of that alcohol, it was just alcoholic. Now entering. I lost my second kid on Valentine's Day. Didn't tell anybody about it until years later. Actually, I think I told my husband then, because he was my boyfriend when we started kicking it. And I told the men when we got married that, I got some things I got to tell you. And they went on and told him, because I wanted him to be honest with me and tell me what was going on out there before we got married and everything. And he didn't tell the truth. I did. And it got me in trouble. It did. It was held against me in all arguments. And then men want to talk about how women be tripping all the time. Men be tripping too, much harder than women do. We take you back a billion trillion times. You get hurt by us one time, and it's a never-ending story. You torture us with the bull crap, and it just keeps going and going and going until I'm fit to be tired and I'm out. And then I had my girls. I had them before we got married, but I got my girls and everything. Got a lot of trauma going on in that part. I really had a lot of trouble, more than them in that part. I ended up leaving my kids because I was being manipulated and that at the time, and then it mentally just took me down. They didn't start coming back around until it was sort of, well, my youngest daughter came back around when she was in junior high. And then my oldest daughter came back around when she got into high school. And then it just, the baby, it was number one. Barely got a chance to see this baby, got a chance to do anything with the baby. When I finally did give in and to take him in and start watching him and stuff as my grandson, it was hard to transition him into getting attached to me. He didn't get attached to me until a little while ago. He's 8 years old now. Love my grandson. Love him. And then my granddaughter came around years later, and now she's 4. And that's a bad little girl, man. She's okay. But she's cute. I love her. Her smile is great. Her energy is lovable, and her attitude stinks. And then, Sayana is right in the middle of everybody. And she came along, and I don't want to get into her story unless I get permission to talk about her story. But that's my oldest granddaughter, my second oldest grandchild, and my third is Honesty. So it's Anthony, Sayana, Honesty. Here comes my 7-year-old son through another relationship that my kid's father was having right before we got a divorce. So yeah, well, that's a whole nother story I'm not going to get into. But I wanted to get on here and let you guys know, let a grandparent be a grandparent. Let us pick and choose when we want our grandkids, when we want to watch them. Go ahead and try to find a backup. Find a backup. When I don't want to take care of children, and all I want to do is be responsible for what I'm responsible for and who I'm responsible for, guess what? Let me do it. I'm 50 now. I'm having back problems now. My neck is killing me. I'm having, I haven't had a fibromyalgia pain in a few months now. Not in a few months now. But now I'm feeling all my other pains that was, collaborating together with the fibromyalgia. So now it's my neck and my back and my legs. And I have good days, I have bad days, I have horrific days. Like right now I'm having a manageable, somewhat not so manageable day. It's like 50-50. But I'm still here and I'm working. So when I go get sick and stuff, or I don't feel good and my body's not working like it's supposed to, I feel like the respectability should be that my kids find another person to take on their kids and let me get well. My son will be my son, and I can't send him nowhere. He has developmental behavioral problems, and a lot of people can't handle them. So he helps me in the house, and I put him on his game and let him play his game. I check on him by the camera I put up in the house. I can talk to him through the camera and stuff when I'm in my room. I can watch him too when I'm in my room and I'm laying in that bed and I can't get up that particular time. And when I feel better, it's everything normal. But I shouldn't have a house full of kids and I don't feel well. I shouldn't have a house full of kids and I'm doped up and you just got to be the streets are calling me. The streets and your kids. Your kids are more important than the streets. And your mama is more important if you want her to keep watching your children when she wants to watch your children. Hey, come on. Think about it. I mean, it'd be different if I was in custody of everybody and then I would have to take care of them. But I'm not obligated at all, period. As a grandmother. As a mother, I'm obligated to support, love, and show you love by helping you out with some things when it's possible. But as far as me taking care of kids full time, except for my son, no. Let me pick and choose when I want to do it. I'm a grandmother, not a built-in biological babysitter. I'm not a biological babysitter. I'm not a built-in babysitter. I'm not a live-in babysitter. I'm not a biological babysitter. Excuse me. I just got through drinking tea, so it's coming through. But I am not and will never be. From this point on, I know how to say no now. Before I used to be like, you ain't got nobody else. I'm going to go ahead and do it. You got to find somebody. Because now I'm enabling you to just keep using me. I'm enabling you to keep using me. I have a whole fiance. I have a whole business. Actually, multiple businesses. I put them all in one ministry. I don't use it as a business. I use it as a ministry because that's where my giftings are. So I use them as giftings. And I'm just natural to it. But I gotta be able to juggle what I can juggle when I can juggle it. So if it's too much on my plate, I need to learn how to take something off or never take it on in the first place. I think I created a monster when I wasn't working. And I was, I'm on disability, and now it's a medical disability. It was a mental disability. Now it's more physical than it is, medical, and it got its moments where I want to flip out and go crazy and hurt some walls or break some dishes or something. But I don't. I go and clean. I have an obsession with cleaning when I get mad. Yeah. So yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I wanted to make sure I give you a story that, with the main thing being that I'm not a biological babysitter. I'm not an enabler. I'm not condoning anyone doing anything that I'm not doing. Okay? Not that I want to do it. It's just not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. I'm not drinking. I drink, but I don't drink to get drunk anymore. I drink to go to sleep. That's what I do. But if it's not Jack Daniels, it's a wine. A couple of shots, I'm asleep. But as far as going out, partying, going to clubs, riding around in the middle of the night and all that stuff, aimlessly over other people's houses doing nothing, no. I almost got into that last summer, and I swear to God, I was like, oh, let me stop this now. I cannot do this. I'm too old to be bouncing around, yammering on, gossiping about he said, she said. Then when it gets back to me, I tell the truth, and then somebody want to lie. So I ain't got time for all that. I love being to myself, and I love that my fiance is to himself. So Flow, baby, flow. Let life flow. Because if you keep living in the past and in the present of the past, like yesterday, day before yesterday, Friday, whatever day, it don't matter day. If you're going like that, guess what? You'll never get anywhere. Nowhere. You got to learn from your past. You cannot live and learn in your past. You live and learn in your future, not in your past. You only can learn from your past to live for your future. May not like your ways, but I love you anyway. Jesus loves you, and so do I. I did it backwards because I am not doing Aliyah, but I'm doing talking with Aliyah. If you got any questions, please comment below. Okay, like and subscribe. Get this channel rolling, man. It's important. It's important. Let's do this. Okay? Alright. You all have a good and blessed day. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Peace and love.